Sports Today family members. Finally, home dominance in IPL 2024 has ended with Royal Challengers Bangalore being absolutely thrashed by the Kolkata Knight Riders at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. And RCB will have a certain thing to worry about, and that is their bowling. Bowling has always been their concern for the last 16 years when you look at the IPL. And that is why in 2024, when the auction happened, you are all wondering why on earth did RCB go for such a composition? But there is one more concern that is once again dividing opinions across the cricketing spectrum, and that is Virat Kohli's knock. 83 of 59, he carried his bat throughout the innings. Then he had a knock of 83 of 59 with a strike rate of 140. This is while opening. Now, Sunil Gavaskar, the former India skipper, has lashed out at the criticism that has been directed at Virat Kohli. He stated very clearly, how much can Virat Kohli do? What more can Virat Kohli do? Because if he went for attacks, if he went for all these kind of things, RCB would not even have got to 182. They would have been all out for 120 also. That is the criticism that Sunil Gavaskar is giving. That yes, the criticism of Virat Kohli is invalid because if he was there, then and only then RCB could have gotten a total of 170 or 180. But when we saw the Kolkata Knight Riders batters batting, at that time you saw that the pitch was much better. RCB bowlers also tried the variations, but they were missing their lengths, they were missing their lines. Now, what is the problem? RCB have got 5 batters, essentially 5 batters who can accelerate. You got Kohli, you got Maxwell, you got Green, you got Faf, you got a DK. All of them, unfortunately, Maxwell is not firing. Faf has not had the kind of start that he had in 2023. In 2023, he was giving starts in a brilliant way. But here, he is not giving a start. Maxwell, inconsistent. Green has not yet set the stage on fire. It's all down to DK. Now, whose fault is that? That Maxwell is not firing, Faf is not firing, and Green is not firing. That they only will have to answer. Now, carrying on from the same criticism, Faf du Plessis has stated that yes, the pitch was a bit too paced, and because of this, Virat just couldn't get his shots going. He missed a lot of slower deliveries. That is why Kolkata Knight Riders bowled the cutter, they bowled it onto the pitch. Virat just couldn't get the timing right. Now he's blamed the pitch for it. RCB, if you have to look at it, they have to look at their own team composition before pointing out the elements. The pitch got better in the second innings. Now, whose fault is that? If you once again look at, this was not a typical Chinnaswamy deck. Yes, if you bowl the cutters onto the deck, then you would get some purchase about it. But then when the pitch has been prepared, whose fault is it? Skill of the batters, if you look at it, the skill level of the batters, when you look at Kolkata Knight Riders and when you look at RCB, there is a big difference. Kolkata Knight Riders showed intent and attack right from the word go. RCB had just had a run rate of 10. Kolkata Knight Riders had a run rate of 12. That is the best thing about it. Now, this is the problem there. Sure, there is no denying the fact at this point in time that Virat Kohli may be lacking a bit of support. But then when he hit those knocks, everything was swept under the carpet about RCB's problems. RCB have got 2 problems. One, lack of support. Second, their bowling is on a prayer. You have to really say that your bowling was on a prayer. When you got Alzarri Joseph in, when you already had a Mohammad Siraj, when you had everybody else, why on earth would you want to bolster your bowling with a paced bowling that is kind of one-dimensional? That is the one thing that is there. How on earth can RCB justify their bowling selections in the auction? You got a Lockie Ferguson, you got a Alzarri Joseph. Only one of them can play. Why then did you go the whole hog to get 2 pacers? Extra, that too overseas. That is one. You look at Siraj. Siraj has not been in good form. Let us be very honest about it. In the first 2 to 3 games, his form is not the form that was there in 2022 or 2023. Now, Vishak impressed. But then what about the others? Yash Dayal had some good games, but then even he is going at a very expensive rate. In one game, he had 9. Yesterday, he was 10. What do you do then? This is the problem that RCB will have to address, but they have not addressed this problem for the past 15 years. Their bowling composition is totally awry, and it is only going to get worse as the IPL 2024 progresses. Their problems are also compounded by the fact that you don't travel well. That's why your home fortress is not a fortress. You've got a 50-50 record there in your Chinnaswamy stadium. This is the issue with RCB. Now, as far as Sunil Gavaskar is concerned, and as far as Indian cricket fan is concerned, Virat Kohli has been opening only because his form and the template with which he plays, he can only do it while opening. But then he's going to bat in the India team at number 3. What are you going to do then? At number 3, there is a problem. There is a big problem there. If Virat Kohli plays, that is. Now you're looking at an anchor role. But if you look at it, the best time to capitalize is the power play. You need to capitalize on the power play. In this particular case, Virat Kohli at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium, looking at how the pitch is, looking at the best conditions that are on offer, batting first, that is a big problem. Virat, as far as chasing is concerned, is never a problem. He knows how to go about it. That is why he's the ultimate chase master. Chasing any kind of strike rate is never an issue. But batting first, that is an issue. Every World T20 that you look at it, when have you lost? Batting first. And this is a T20 World Cup year. What are you going to do with that? So, Virat Kohli in 2014 didn't have support. They lost the final. 2016, he was the only guy who hit with a strike rate of 150. But India lost. 2021, 2022, look at the strike rates. 2014 and 2016, there was a lack of support. 2021 and 2022, he can't bat with an aggressive strike rate. And what is the position that Virat Kohli bats in? Number 3. Opening and number 3 is slightly different because you are facing power play. And that is why. This is the problem. Now, chasing, everybody will cling on to the Mohali and Melbourne knocks. That is the issue. So, look at everything from 2021, post-corona, 2021 to 2022. Batting first, batting second. Look at the template. That is where you will see a struggle. Virat did well in 2023. Excellent. Awesome. But all those issues were swept under the carpet. Did RCB make it to the playoffs? No, they didn't. They will say, oh, luck luck was not with us. Really? Now, the same people who are criticizing the luck thing that, oh, cricket is all skill and everything. Now you're looking at luck factor. I have always said luck is 10% of cricket, 90% is skills. That is the current situation. So, Faf is saying that the pitch became easier. Venkatesh has said the pitch became easier. Faf is saying that the pitch is to be blamed. I'm sorry, RCB's team composition has to be blamed. There is no support for Virat Kohli. And that is why all these kind of things, that okay, he has to play in a certain way so that he can get to 170, 180. Boss, even 180 was 20, 25 runs short on the Chinnaswamy deck. The Chinnaswamy wicket with short boundaries. How can you be a fall for that kind of a total? So that's why there are problems galore for RCB. And you're centered your playing culture around one particular player. That is where RCB is being bit hard. Anyway, RCB didn't win when you had Gale, AB de Villiers. Kohli was always there. You still didn't win. What is the major issue? Bowling, in that sense. So, that is the current situation when you have to look at RCB versus KKR. KKR have not lost there for close to a decade now at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. Whose fortress is it truly? And Gambhir and Virat Kohli had a wholesome moment at that point. Gambhir came, hugged Kohli. There were smiles exchanged. So, after two bitter rivalries, the third one proved to be the lucky thing. Gambhir and Kohli were very friendly, and that is what kind of took the edge of the rivalry. Let us be very honest about it. That moment ensured that yes, you play sport, personal rivalries are a different thing altogether. That is the thing. So, Virat and Gautam Gambhir leading the way. Rivalries exist, but at that time, understand one thing: you play sport. Everything personal about it, please keep it off the field in that way. Now, as far as other sports is concerned, well, Igor Stimac was all set to go. But there is one particular clause that has ensured that yes, AIFF will have to do this very, very carefully. If he goes, AIFF will have to pay a massive sum to Igor Stimac. What is the clause? How much is the money? I'll be doing a special video on that, so check that out. The Stimac AIFF saga might get a bit more complicated, as we all say at this point in time. Then, as far as other sports is concerned, PV Sindhu, unfortunately, in a 77-minute encounter at the Madrid Masters, lost in the quarterfinals to Katatong, and that is why her woes continue. She won the first game 26-24, and then she lost the third game 22-20. She had her chances. Yet, she failed to make it to the semi-final. After her injury, she's not made it to the semi-final also. So, problems galore for PV Sindhu, but B. Sumit and N. Sikki Reddy have made it to the mixed doubles semi-final at the Madrid Open. And that's why that is going to be a very, very important situation that you're seeing at this point in time. So, B. Sumit and N. Sikki Reddy are in the semi-final of the Madrid Open. PV Sindhu is out. Stimac, there is a very special thing that I'm going to do. I will be doing a special video on that. So stay tuned to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. Now, as far as comments are concerned, good morning KK to you too. Magnus Venkatesh Iyer said pitch got better in the second innings. Absolutely. Look at the way how Kolkata Knight Riders were batting. Whatever it is about dew, what is it about the outside conditions? A pitch is a pitch. It can get better. Well, you won the toss, you chose to bowl, and KKR capitalized on it. And that's why they knew how the pitch would behave. More than how RCB did. And remember, in Chinnaswamy, it is a chasing menu. And that is why now at this point, you have to ensure that teams that win the toss bowl first. That is the current situation that you're seeing at the end of Chinnaswamy. Last 4 innings of Kohli versus KKR. 83 of 56 by and second best is 33. PBKS 77 of 49, second best 28. GT, Kohli 101 of 61 and second best is 28. KKR, Kohli 57 of 37 and second best is 34. He's only highlighting the problem that is there. Lack of support for Virat Kohli. But then aggressive players can somehow find a way they can lead from the front and attack. Rather than having the fear of failure that, oh, if I lose my wicket, what will happen? Why have that fear of failure of losing your wicket? Can't you back yourself? That is the current situation that you're seeing. One question, how the pitch was changed under 15 minutes, I can't understand. Maybe outside factors, KK, I don't know. Dew set in, probably the pitch, whatever early juice was there or whatever early purchase, that all went away. That is the one reason. Why do we need an anchor player for T20 World Cup? Mohit Shukla, suppose, looking at the Indian mindset, supposing you have a collapse, there is one guy who can stabilize and play a Virat Kohli kind of a knock. That's why you need an anchor. India worries about the fear of failure more, and that is why you are always playing with a backup. There is no consistent attacking in that sense, and that is why you need an anchor player. That is how the Indian psyche is. That is how the Indian mentality is, and you have to live with that. Look at Faf's statement. How can anyone say we can't bowl spin to Narain? If anyone Indian player said that, we didn't consider him as captain. Their management and captain is bad. RCB have never figured out the Sunil Narain code. Be it pace, be it spin. He has a precedent. Samuel Badri could not get Sunil Narain out, or neither could he stop the flow of runs when he bowled to him in 2017. Now, pacer also. Look at the field placings. Look at how Sunil Narain batted. Carefree, without any fear in the world. He knew the boundaries were small. So he cleared it. 5 4s and 2 6s. This is Sunil Narain we are talking about, by the way. Not an AB de Villiers or a Chris Gayle. Sunil Narain has figured out RCB and RCB can't figure out their own team composition and their own pitch. Beat that. That is the current situation. In 2010s, 160, 180 was a winning total. It's no more the situation when Virat's anchor role doesn't serve any purpose now, Mohit. Well, I agree with it, but then you've gone back to Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. What do you do? That is the problem. You've gone back to Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. There is nothing you can do because you are desperate to win an ICC event. And this shows in the desperation. You've gone on reputation. You've not gone on practical things. That's the problem. That is the problem indeed. No, sir, VK faced problem in chasing over the spa score of chasing around 180 runs, and KK saying VK may play with strike rate of 140, but we can't win those games. Again, see, chasing, as far as I will tell you, 140 strike rate, 150 strike rate, but the team is winning. When the team loses, then and only then you'll have to look at the macro picture. And there also, if you criticize, you're damned. If you don't criticize, you're damned. This is the thing. You have to be very, very sensible in all these kind of things. Whether the criticism is unfair or fair, that is the situation that we have to really, really look on to. So that's the situation we are facing. Do you really think we lost to Afghanistan in football was the main reason of its coaching? Indian football can't prosper if there is corruption. Look, Stimac had promised something, and see, in July, Indian football was on a high. What's changed in 7 months? Mindset, form, fitness, we don't know. Maybe coaching plays a vital role in football, but then it's really gone complicated when it came to Stimac. If Shreyansh Pudipati saying Jaiswal fails his IPL, can we see Virat Rohit opening in World Cup? That seems to be the only situation. If Jaiswal has a bad IPL, then yes, Rohit Virat with Shubman. That is the situation that is there. So Gavaskar, Satish Gavaskar, he has said something. Rohit always never appreciate foreign batters when they do well in IPL and international. Satish B. Well, yes, I mean, Sunil Gavaskar has often polarized opinion. Let us be very honest about that. So Shreyansh, yes, if Jaiswal fails, then it will not be a question of Rinku or Jaiswal. It will only be either Jaiswal sits out in the playing 11 or Rinku sits out. So that's the current situation there. Rohit, Virat, Shubman, maybe your number 3, then Rinku will play. That's the situation that is there. KK in T20, I only know that there is no one who plays for survival. Anyone plays for survival, he's not T20 player. Yes and no. Virat was no anchor. He tried hitting but failed. Prototype. That's also another argument that is there. But then his knock did hurt RCB, and because there was the added factor of no support. Mohit Shukla, who is running RCB manage? They are such big people. How are they able to manage big business? Well, that's a debate for another time, Mohit. So, Daryl Mitchell is not performing reason. Sanket Mishra saying, well, Mitchell's not gotten that many chances, but then yes, in the time he's got okay-ish performances are there. But CSK, I think, are happy with your role. That's the thing. Satish B is asking me, what's your take on upcoming World Cup? India will qualify for finals. Looks very difficult, Satish B. Let me be very honest about it. I mean, I had put India, but that is an outside chance of in the semi-finals. I mean, I'll be very honest about it. Very difficult for them because look at the way how Australia are playing. Look at the way how South Africa are playing. Look at the way how New Zealand are playing. England are playing. West Indies are playing. It looks very difficult for India. They are slightly behind the curve, and one hopes that on a prayer they click on the day that it matters. Because in T20, let us be very honest, bilateral series build-up, IPL build-up, it doesn't matter. The only thing is how you perform on that one day. That one day is important. So don't go by whatever is happening in the IPL, whatever is happening in bilaterals. You may all perform well there, but then on that given day, they have to do well. That's the thing that's there. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. Today is Saturday. We all thought it was a double header, but no, you only have a single header. It is Punjab Kings versus Lucknow Super Giants. Let's see how that pans out. So that is going to be the current situation. Will Lucknow ensure that they bounce back, or will Punjab build on their mixed start that they had? They won against Delhi. They lost to RCB. Can they bounce back against Lucknow Super Giants? So let's see. Final question, Rohit with Ritu makes more sense. Jaiswal and Rowe are both hitting. Ritu paces innings really well, so Ritu over Gill. Yeah, the Indian team will have a major problem. They have a major problem of plenty when they pick their squad on May 1. But we know what is the playing 11, what is the 15. Rituraj may be there as the backup, Shubman may be there as the backup, Rohit and Virat are there, Yashasvi and Rinku are in the squad of 15, but whether they will play in the 11, that's a different situation altogether. So bye-bye and see you. Satishvi, Lucknow pitch looks good. I mean, it has kind of been relayed during the World Cup. It might be good. So let's see how that pans out. Bye-bye, folks, and subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. Bye-bye.